By now, most of us will have heard the term Bitcoin flying around the internet. In fact, according to a recent Finder study, Bitcoin pops up in a new post on social media every 3 seconds. If you're curious to know more, this video will cover what Bitcoin is and how it works, why it's so popular and how you can get in on the action. Simply put, Bitcoin is a digital currency. Established in 2008, it has become the world's most well-known cryptocurrency, of which there are thousands. If cryptocurrencies were TV streaming services, Bitcoin would be Netflix. To understand why Bitcoin was created and how it works, you first need to understand how regular money, known as fiat money, works. Fiat money is issued and regulated by governments and banks and has value essentially because they say so. When you go to buy something on your debit or credit card, your bank or credit card provider acts as a middleman between you and the seller to vouch for you that you are who you say you are and you have the money you say you have. And they take a cut for doing so. Every time we spend on our cards, we put a lot of implicit trust in one centralised institution, our banks and card providers. The brainchild of an anonymous developer known as Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin was initially created as a way to cut out the middleman and create a quicker, easier and cheaper way to make payments, with no single bank or credit card provider in control. So, how does it work? Instead of being regulated by a bank or government body, Bitcoin's accounts are recorded on a distributed ledger, which takes the form of a massive decentralized network of computers around the world. If you make a payment using Bitcoin, instead of it being recorded by your bank in one private accounts log, every computer in the Bitcoin network will make a record of your transaction. In this way, Bitcoin payments are super secure. If someone were to try and tamper with the data on this record, thousands of computers worldwide would flag the inconsistency and it would be blocked. Bitcoin's ledger or record is called a blockchain. It's called that because the data can be pictured like a series of blocks that have been chained together. Bitcoin's blockchain can't be censored or manipulated, and in theory, everyone can see every transaction made. Every time a new block is created, the network analyzes the content, processes any payments, and makes a record of those transactions. To create a new block, one of the computers or computer systems on the Bitcoin network must solve a complex puzzle from the last block. As a reward for solving the puzzle and keeping the system ticking over, whoever is in charge of that computer system gets a chunk of Bitcoin as a reward. This is what's known as Bitcoin mining. Solve the puzzle from the last block, create a new block of data, get some Bitcoin. Today, a new block is created roughly every 10 minutes, thanks to savvy people setting up massive Bitcoin mining systems. You can give it a go, but it's unlikely you'll get far just crunching numbers on your personal computer. Initially, Bitcoin was intended to be used as an everyday currency, but a huge boom in demand and subsequently its prices has meant you could pay much higher transaction fees, as well as the fact that Bitcoin transactions can take, on average, around 10 minutes to complete, sometimes longer. Not ideal for everyday spending. So these days, with one Bitcoin costing tens of thousands of pounds, most people buy Bitcoin as a speculative investment. It can be helpful to think about Bitcoin as digital gold. Back in the day when someone first went to pay for something with gold, people must have thought they were mad. I mean, who pays for something with a shiny rock? However, when people start to cotton on to its value, there is a gold rush as people scrabble to mine as much as possible. And because there is a finite amount of it, prices skyrocket. The same thing happened with Bitcoin. In the beginning, it was only taken seriously by super nerds and on the dark web. But in 2017, it underwent a gold rush of sorts. And like gold, because it has a finite amount, Nakamoto set a limit on the amount of Bitcoin available to be mined at 21 million. Its prices have also soared. Other reasons people buy Bitcoin are as a means of potentially getting higher returns on their savings when compared to the paltry savings rates in the UK, as well as the fact that, thanks to dedicated investing apps and platforms, cryptocurrencies are more accessible than ever. And for some, it's a case of plain old FOMO, or fear of missing out, as roughly a fifth of Brits are now owners of some form of cryptocurrency. If you don't happen to have a spare 10, 20, 30 grand lying around, never fear, because you can actually invest in a fraction of Bitcoin to suit your budget. Follow these steps to buy your first bit of Bitcoin. 1. Compare platforms that trade Bitcoin. You can buy Bitcoin from some share trading platforms, crypto exchanges, and apps like Revolut. Make sure you shop around to make sure all of its services and any potential fees suit your preferences and trading expertise. 2. Choose a platform and open an account. 3. Load your account with funds. 4. Start buying. While the process of buying Bitcoin is fairly straightforward, no investment is without risk, and you should carefully weigh up the pros and cons before parting with your cash. And remember, if you make money from any cryptocurrency, capital gains and income are fully taxed. This guide is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So if you want to learn more and get your head around more advanced topics like Bitcoin mining, head to finder.com. Links are tagged in the description below. And remember to thoroughly do your research before making any kind of investment. Give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. Until next time, thanks for watching.